Hello everybody, it's me, Tokkuri Yashi. How is everybody doing? Hope you are well. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new Abyssal Battle which has been introduced into the game. As you can see here, it runs from the 4th to the 8th of July, so we have 4 days of this event. We can get some pretty good rewards from here. So we'll take a look at the rewards first because that's what everybody is interested in. Looks like we need to get some pretty high numbers though. It's 1 billion damage to even get the first reward here. All the way down to 50 billion for all of the rewards here. If we can get to 25 billion, that will probably be satisfactory for most people. That's probably most of the rewards. We're getting a lot of these astral spheres and astral shards in this event. Very good for leveling up Princess Knight. Also, there is this brand new piece of treasure, which is a masterpiece shard. 100 of these are needed to get one masterpiece, so I imagine we'll get about 100 of them in this event. So we can get another masterpiece. That will help out very nicely. Now, what I believe we need to do is take on these battles here at the side. These cost stamina, 25 stamina. You're allowed to do them 4 times a day. Each one of them, so that'd be 300 stamina to do normal, hard and very hard 3 times. These will give us tickets. These tickets we can then use to take on these bosses. And it is doing damage to these bosses, which gives us a score to get the rewards. We also get rewards for the first clear of all of these as well. So, let's jump in and see how difficult this is. We can back out and not use currency, not use stamina, not use tickets if it's not going too well. So, there are a few teams that can do this. As we can see here, first of all, maybe we should look fire. We need to use fire characters on this. Mostly, it's the fire element that has got the attribute advantage for these fights. So, first team, we're going to go and we're going to see if this one will work. If you've got Nefinera, she will probably be very handy for this, like I thought. We will have you, we'll have June tanking because we don't have the Summoner, and we're going to have to borrow the Muimi there. So, let's see if this will work, if we can beat this. Well, hopefully we can. This is only the easy stage, so hopefully that will be enough. Can we do this on 3 times speed? Yes, we can. Let's put it up 3 times speed. Keep an eye on it. We don't want to be wasting an attempt if it is not going to work. So it seems like once we have got all of the tickets, we can take on the bosses. With the boss fights, once we've cleared the boss fights, we can then use skip tickets for them on later days. That was very easy. There we go. So that one's beaten. Not too much of a problem. So yes, we can get in and we can beat these boss stages. That will make it a lot easier when we can use the skip tickets afterwards. There we go, first time rewards for that. So if we look at the bosses now, we can now fight them. Normal, hard, and very hard. When you beat very hard, if you beat very hard, there will be an extreme. That will give you even more points. So if you can beat extreme, it will be good to get the rewards for that. Let's jump into hard then with the same team. Again, it looks like fire damage is up on this one. Will this be? Click the right button. A easy victory as well. Let's borrow the Muimi again. This is why it would have been nice to have had Muimi from that pre-fest banner, but we didn't get that. Level 310. Hopefully this team will work. There are a few other teams out there that could probably do this. I mean, we have got the Frosthound boss. Now, the Frosthound boss is very susceptible to that anemone team. Perhaps we can run that anemone team on that Frosthound and it will still work even though we don't have any fire characters in it. Are we trouncing this? I think we are. We can't see what's going on. Everything's going so fast, but it looks like we're doing okay. There we go, and we beat that. Okay, so that is that stage beaten as well. This team looking like it's doing very well. Right, I will do all of my attacks. Hopefully this will beat the very hard as well. We'll report back on that in a second, and then we'll jump in and take on some of the bosses with our boss tickets. Just quickly, that team did beat the very hard. It wasn't too difficult here. Maybe if you're a new player, it'll be a little bit more difficult, but because we've beaten these little battles here to get the tickets, we can now skip these. We only need to beat it once, and now we can skip it, get all the tickets. And so now we have got 12 tickets, which is the maximum we can get each day. So let's jump into the boss battles and see if we can beat normal, hard, very hard, and maybe even extreme. Okay, so now we have got our 12 tickets. We can now take on these bosses. So let's jump in and see how this goes. This first boss here, this Wild Crow Griffin. The first ones here are normal, level 100. It shouldn't be too difficult to beat. You're going to have to beat all of these stages anyway to progress to the more difficult ones. Plenty of Moemis on there to borrow. From what I've seen though, when we get to very hard on this Wild Crow Griffin boss, teams that are being used are more magical. Now I think I might struggle a little bit on this Wild Crow because I really do not have any of the magical characters of fire, the Alan Gray, pre-fest character, the New Year's Sumi. We don't have hair, we don't have a lot of them. So I don't know what's going to happen when I get to very hard. We'll come to that one in a little minute. So there we go. That was quite easy. 1 times multiplier there for the first fight. We got our reward for the clear. Because we've done that, we've unlocked hard. So we will jump over first and we'll go and have a look here at the Frost Hound. Now the Frost Hound has got a team that can kick his butt with Anemone. Those have potential to put in the New Year's Mare, so maybe that team would work pretty well. But for the Wolf, we are going to try, and this is a team that could possibly be used on very hard. It might be a 2-pan, but I think a 2-pan is okay if we can 2-pan the very hard. We want Astral Hiyori, we want to borrow another Moemi. It's Moemi that we're having to borrow. Thankfully there are a lot of Moemis on the friends list for me there. And we're going to have Ajun as the tank. Now as this is only level 100, don't have any problem, but like I said, this is one of the teams that I have seen for very hard for this Frost Hound. Maybe the Anemone team can work. I am not sure though. Maybe the attribute, fire attribute, is a bit too important for that. We can practice with these fights if you want to, which is probably a good idea before we go in. So maybe try that team. If you can't, build this one and you can build that one. So there we go. We have got some more rewards. Not very high on the score though, but it's beaten, and we have unlocked the next level. There we go. Hard is unlocked there for the Frost Hound. So now we're going to jump into the final boss here, this Orc Chief. For the Orc Chief, we are going to go for Nephi again. Nephi Nero, a very valuable character from that pre-fest. Hopefully you did summon here and get it. Hopefully we have got Sarasaria Saren. We do have a Sarasaria Saren to borrow. That's what we need to borrow. We can then have Christina, Astral Hiyori, and Dune again as the tank. Now this again is a team I have seen suggested for this Orc Chief on very hard. So hopefully you can build that. It might be a 2-panner as well, but like I said, I think 2-panning the boss might be okay. Hopefully we'll get to that 25 billion even if we 2-pan the boss, because then we can use our skip tickets for the next day. That should be enough to get all the rewards. So again, the normal's not too difficult unless you are a new player. If you're a new player, this mode is going to be very difficult. You may not even be able to challenge it if you haven't beat the normal 64-1, I believe it is, that you need to get there to challenge this event. So there we go. We have beaten the normal boss 3 times, only 3 of them. So I will come back if we manage to get to very hard. Okay, so as you can see, we have made it through to very hard. We have beaten the hard boss. It wasn't too difficult. We have made it to very hard, level 453 times. The score now to your rewards. As you can see though, we have got 6 tickets left. I think this is what the idea is for day 1, to be able to get to this point where we can now £2 these bosses. Tomorrow we can then worry about the extreme. Go and do these quests here on the left, get your tickets tomorrow. Then we can try and worry about the extreme stuff to get some more points. Okay, so very hard. I have been testing. I think I am going to struggle big time here on this Wild Pro. This team with an Anon Grey in it, I have seen suggested for this Pro for very hard. I haven't got an Anon Grey on my friends list at the moment to borrow, so I think I am going to be struggling a little bit with this Pro. I will keep at it. We'll see what the best thing I can do with that is later. If we move over then to the Frost Hound, very hard. This team here with Buimi on it, borrowed, which we have got like so, I think is going to be the best option that I can do for this Frosthound boss. It can one-pan it if you are a high enough level. If you are a high enough level, it will be able to one-pan this Frosthound. That might help. If the one of the others you're struggling with, then you can maybe 3-pan it. You will still be in the same stage. 2-panning though isn't too bad, so there is that for the Frosthound. And then if we go into the Orc Chief, the final boss here, this is the team that I will be using for Orc Chief, borrowing a Siren. Again, it should be a simple 2-pan for somebody who is at level cap and has been playing for a while. And if you're new to the game, this mode might be a little bit too difficult for you, which is a bit of a shame. So there we go, that is day 1 of Abyssal Battle. Tomorrow we will, if you can beat very hard, we'll be getting extreme fights for these bosses. We need to get a lot of points to get all of these rewards. So far, I just doing the medium ones. We've got some of the rewards here. Still a bit of a way though from that 25 billion. So let me know how you were doing with this Abyssal Battle. Hopefully you can do it. Good luck to everybody who's giving it a try. If you're not having such troubles like I am, especially with that Pro, needing a magical team for it. I will see you all again for another video then. Thank you very much. I'm Tokkuri Yashi. Bye 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 bye. Hey!